Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you
I
too.
should say good to see you again. And I think I've met this person before.
You have. About 26 years ago, you ran into my Girl Scout troop at the mall, and I had just made Tubby at the store there.
Oh,
I know.
And so I met Tubby and I met
you did.
Yeah. All right. This is funny. I love it. 26 years ago.
And he's in cosplay too.
Yeah, he's in cosplay also. You look a lot different. I look the same. That's what you're going to say.
Yes,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah. It was so funny. We were talking before the break. I thought that some of the paint work that she had done on her chest, I thought it was part of the dress, and I looked closer and I went, oh no, you actually did that. I went, that's crazy. And you immediately said thank you, because in the cosplay world, when someone says that's crazy, that's a compliment,
Yes.
right? All right. When did you first start doing this?
I first started in 2014. My friend had been cosplaying for all throughout high school, so I knew what it was. And then I was attending my first convention, actually Comicpalooza, and I said, I want to make something for that. I want to dress up. So that's when I first started cosplaying. But I started the body paint in 2020 during lockdown.
What does it do for you? I mean, because in the beginning, if some people don't get it, they think, what is going on over here? But you see their faces of all the people showing up and they're just happy.
I don't know, I think it's a little bit like fulfilling a fantasy, or you feel powerful when you get to be a character that you really admire. Or I don't know, I feel pretty blue.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
blue in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so it's one thing to start dressing up and having fun with it, but then you started competing.
Yes. I attended my first cosplay competition in 2014, and I immediately went, I want to do that. I want to be on stage. So
Yeah.
I very next year started competing.
Yeah. What's the one so far, because you have more to come, that you're most proud of?
That is a very difficult question because I'm proud of
That's like asking you which one of your bears you love the most right now.
Right, it's terrible because I'm so proud of so many different things. I have, my very first award that I won here 10 years ago, or I have the one that I just won in January, which was a skit that I did with my friends, and I love the one that I did earlier last year as Link in another convention. There's so many, it's hard to say.
You're only limited by your imagination,
Exactly.
which means you're not limited at all,
Yes.
right? All right, so for a lot of us just starting out, it starts out with a little makeup. You may not have the whole full costume, but
Right.
makeup goes a long way, doesn't it?
Yes. I did say I started doing this in 2020, so obviously I didn't have a lot of options locked in my apartment.
Yeah.
So that's when I started doing this, and I found you could do a lot of different characters with just paint and using it in different ways.
Yeah, when you say paint, we're not talking about going down to like Home Depot and getting, we're talking about body paint, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
We
paint.
have body paint like this right here
Yeah.
from Mayron.
That's made for skin.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give us an idea. I know we started with the base right here.
Right.
First of all, starting off with an odd color is part of the cool part, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So we started off, turn your head, there you go. This is just a base. This is like 3 layers of paint, and then you can't leave it flat because then it doesn't pop, it doesn't look real. So then you add like a layer of contour, blush,
Because otherwise
highlighter.
the blue lady's going to look real.
Yeah, she'll look really fake. So you add things there to kind of give dimension to the face. And then you get to add like cool fun elements, like the stitches that I have on my face. And that's what I'm gonna show y'all.
All right, let's get going.
Okay, so I have my black paint right here. And I use a regular paintbrush for this because it has a better tip for making fine lines. Get a little bit of water.
And it's not unlike painting an art piece, is it? Because there are times when you need the fine lines, and sometimes you want to blend something or a thicker
Exactly.
line.
Yeah, on my gloves, that is fabric paint, and I'm using the exact same paintbrush. I did wash it though.
Okay. And this particular paint, it has some staying power, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have to use a setting spray, but I've worn this for 12 hours at a time and never had an issue.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it washes off in the shower immediately.
Yeah.
Which is great because it's water activated.
And again, as I mentioned earlier, just make sure you're getting, obviously if you're in that section of something, getting the right paint that you can use on skin.
Exactly, you have to do your research into different brands that are safe, and there are lots and lots of brands that are safe on your skin.
Yeah.
That you can just get online pretty easily.
Okay. And what will you be taking part in on the panels?
So I'm doing a body paint panel showing people basically how easy it is to get to this point in your makeup, because like I said, I learned it during lockdown by myself just watching YouTube. Anybody can do it. I'm not the best makeup person ever either in real life.
Yeah.
So this is the most that I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow on your face a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, here, I'll fan her.
This is my sister, so she's used to weird
okay,
stuff.
there you go, there you go. It's all the family.
All right, and so I also add a little line of white just to give it some slight dimension. Yeah.
That's cool. And again, you can just do almost anything.
You can't. This is eyeliner. This is just liquid eyeliner that I bought because I wanted a slightly finer tip.
I would think when you have a really good one, it really hurts you to get into the shower and start washing stuff off.
You know, 12 hours in, you're ready for it to come off.
Yeah.
You're just like, please get me out of this.
Yeah. All right, and then there's obviously the makeup, but then when you start doing your outfit to complement the makeup as well, where do you find all your things and how do you come up with your ideas?
Coming up with ideas is probably the hardest part. I get inspired by all kinds of things. I do a lot of Broadway inspired skits, and usually what happens is I'll have an idea for a skit or a performance and then work with my costume afterwards.
Yeah.
But sometimes it goes the other way around. Like the Link one I mentioned I was really proud of earlier, I had an idea, and my friend just sang a little line from a Broadway show. I went, oh, I have an idea. So it just kind of hits you like that, and it comes out to be really cool. So I make a lot of my costumes as well. This I did not make, but a lot of my costumes I make to level it up, so learning sewing skills and things like that.
You mentioned this is your sister. Did she do this to you when you were a child?
We both did this to each other.
You both did it to each
She
other.
cosplays as well.
Yeah, but you had fun playing and using your creativity and the whole bit. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, Blue